Chohan here on behalf of the Fruition Partners marketing team. Thanks everyone for joining us today and welcome to this webinar on application management services. So today's webinar will be 30 minutes and we will be recording it just so you guys know we can share this afterwards. We're here because we understand that often in-house ServiceNow support is difficult to find, manage and retain. So the aim of this webinar is really to go through some of the options to best support your ServiceNow platform. We've got Grant MacDonald, the Managing Director for Fruition Partners UK and I, as our main presenter today. So he's been with Fruition for a very long time as a co-founder since 1996, which means he has been working in the service management industry for over 25 years. So if you have any questions for Grant during this webinar, please feel free to use the GoToWebinar question box on the right, and we'll get back to you at them at the end of the session. So without any spell, we'll just pass it on to Grant.
Thank you, Tina. As Tina's introduced me very well, just want to reiterate that yes, I'm the UK and I Managing Director. Been with Fruition a very long time and also spent the majority of that building and managing the support team, application management services team, AMS, and we've obviously worked with our customers for a very long time and understand the various challenges that customers face in the support of ServiceNow, and also how we, Fruition, have structured our services in order to meet the demands of our customers to enable them to manage and get better value from their ServiceNow platform. Hopefully we'll cover that today. I intend to. Hopefully you'll get something out of that today. And like I say, questions, we're going to stack them up and have a session at the end if there are any questions that are raised. Please feel free to do so. Okay, so the common challenges that customers face when supporting ServiceNow are from a variety of different areas. Funnily enough, they come from ServiceNow themselves. ServiceNow, over the past 6-9 months or whatever, have introduced a number of patching cycles and release cycles. This means that customers are driven to ensure that their ServiceNow platform is patched to the latest patch release, so kept up to date. This is a good thing, obviously, because you get a lot of bug fixes, security enhancements, or indeed enhancements to the products that come out via the patch cycle. But they're also looking to have a number of new releases per year. And then, again, this is something that customers need to take on board because the standard policy for ServiceNow is the current and previous release is fully supported. Prior to that, there'll be a lot of pressure on customers to upgrade their platform to the later releases so that they can enjoy full-blown support from ServiceNow themselves. ServiceNow's roadmap, in terms of all of the various enhancements within the traditional incident problem change areas of the platform, but also the additional added functionality within the tool, and there's lots of it. What part of the challenges, again, that customers face, how do they make use of them, and so on and so forth. So ServiceNow is geared up to enable customers to expand the solution outside of the traditional IT space, and it's this that customers may need extra guidance as to what is available, how could it be used, how should it be deployed, and thereafter how should it be supported to enable that seamless transition from traditional IT service management into service management of others. Some customers have their own developers in-house, and they're put under a lot of pressure in terms of the capacity and demand. So demand from their users, demand from the business to be able to enhance the solution, introduce new areas of the solution, and obviously their capabilities in being able to do so. Manage that is limited. A lot of organizations don't have in-house developers. They have obviously got an administration team that look after the administrative aspects of the solution. And traditionally, they can be swamped by the end users themselves. End users want more from the platform. Wouldn't it be good if we had an extra field that could capture this information? to use, all of these drivers that the owners of the ServiceNow platform within businesses can struggle to keep up. What Fruition provides through the various services, which we'll cover later, enables us to be able to work with customers' support teams to act as your extension of your internal support team to some extent, so that we can help drive all of these features, functionalities within the business. We can create stability, help the demand that is being placed on the ServiceNow platform in terms of enhancement, knowledge, and so on and so forth. So an extension of your own internal support team. There are some customers that don't have that, of course, in which case we're completely comfortable to take complete control, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. A lot of customers are also finding that in order to create the skill sets that are required to be able to take the support of the platform on, training is required, certifications are available. They also have the ability to, once they've gained these experience, accreditations and knowledge, unfortunately they're very valuable in the industry. So a lot of customers are finding that they struggle to retain their support staff. So again, we can mitigate some of that by becoming part and parcel of your support team. When customers begin to expand the use of the platform, again, platform started off its life as traditional incident, problem change, request. The more you deploy the various elements of ServiceNow, and it's all there for you to be able to use, whether that be through creating a CMDB, moving out into your HR teams and managing your HR processes. Maybe it's asset management through the discovery of the various devices, moving out into facilities management, IT operations management, things like that, or even security elements. The more you use the platform, obviously the more value you get out of it, but the downside is the more support you need, the more guidance. Is it the right thing to do? How do I deploy this in my team? How do I manage it thereafter? All of these areas are something that Fruition can help you decide on when the right time to be able to put forward it, how it fits into your strategy through the use of maybe some of our architecture team to be able to understand how that might best fit within your organization. But more importantly, once you've got it, how do you then maintain it? Again, the Fruition Application Management Services team is there to be able to provide those services to assist customers in the journey. Other aspects of the services, we can introduce the likes of architecture and design, so we can work with customers to make sure that the design of the architecture that they're putting in place is right, is current, is best practice. What happens, we mentioned right at the beginning, the level of upgrades, patching that is being enforced on our customers now to continue with, to ensure that they're running at the latest versions. That needs to be planned, it needs to be tested. How do you go about doing that? You've got two platforms as a minimum, you may have more depending on the size of the organization. But also, how do you go about planning for that, making sure you upgrade it in the right way? All of those things we can assist our customers with. We've also got the ability to take our customer user experience and apply it to our customers. That we've got lots of customers globally, lots of challenges, some very consistent, some unique, and all of that experience is held within the Application Management Services team and can be utilized to assist customers in their specific requirements. So how do we go about providing the right services to our customers? Traditional slide, we're going to start on the left-hand side, move to the right, and it starts with a basic service through to a full-blown management of a service. Okay, so what you've got on the screen there is, on the left-hand side, is something we call Virtual Admin, VA. It's the ability to subscribe to a number of monthly hours a month, number of hours a month, to be able to call upon the support team to be able to address support issues, maintenance issues, development challenges, enhancements that you may have. It may well be just to provide your team with technical guidance. Any of these things are available and more from the support team through a range of hours that are subscribed to. Typically, as low as 10 hours a month can be taken on board, and that can be increased to the level that is right and specific for your needs. The client drives the prioritization of the work. In other words, you're raising through our support portal. We provide that to you so that you can raise requests with the team. You can see how those requests are progressing. You can see how all of those requests are managed via the hours that you subscribe to. So all that's visible to you so that you've got a great element to know the status of the current service. You raise a request with the team. The team will obviously work with you to understand and capture the requirements of that request, provide you with the information back as to how much time it will take to take on board that request and deliver the solution back to you. You can decide whether or not to go ahead with that, whether or not to drop it down your prioritization list and say, well, actually, could you concentrate on this one first, and so on and so forth. So you are in control of that, and that's something that is important. It's not something that we will drive. We'll guide you, of course, to say, well, this particular request is dependent on a couple of others that you've raised, so we should do them all together, and so on and so forth. All of the hours are tracked through our SLAs that are made available to you so that you can see exactly how that's working. Commitments, no long-term commitments. Traditionally, we work with our customers on a 12-month commitment, but it can be as little as 3 months and can scale upwards. We have another service, Virtual Admin Plus. The Plus identifies customers that need more than just a reactive team that they can place these requests on. They want to be able to have some additional services, maybe some architectural services that could be provided, or maybe there is sufficient requirements that are coming in that it needs a level of management applied to your account through our service delivery management team. All of these things can be provided. We just add that on top of the traditional virtual admin service, for instance. And again, all of those additional services can be as low as 10 hours a month subscribed to, with the traditional minimum commitment of 3 months, for instance. There are customers out there that would rather focus on their business and their business needs, and they're not experts in the ServiceNow solution, therefore would be quite happy for someone like Fruition to take full control of their solution. So Management as a Service, MAS, enables customers to engage Fruition and give or receive a full turnkey support model for their platform. That would include support, anything that goes wrong, support maintenance, any kind of enhancement, development that goes out of that. Manage all of your upgrades, and we would factor in a number of upgrades, 1 or 2 a year, depending on the drive and the enthusiasm of the customer to be able to maintain that level of currency. Provide some architectural oversight, also some operational oversight through our service delivery management team, all with a 1 monthly fee. So we work closely with our customers to understand their requirements today, their future requirements, and based on all of that information, we can determine a service that is relevant to the customer, that meets their needs, but also provide them with a fixed fee so that you get a very static monthly fee throughout the duration of the contract. Some customers don't like the idea of having full handover of their solution to fruition. That's not a problem whatsoever. We can work in a hybrid model and be able to work with customers about what do they need from us, what would they like to maintain, and we would customize the service appropriately to meet their needs. Just touch upon a couple of areas of our experience, our capabilities in the global market. We currently look after in excess of 300 client instances throughout the AMS support team. We work in excess of 280,000 hours of services delivered to our customer base, and all via a fully certified support team. They've got all the accreditations that they need to be able to provide the services that we deliver to our customer base. That's backed up with a lengthy relationship with ServiceNow. We have a number of services that we provide for ServiceNow themselves, and that just endorses our capability, our certification levels, and our ability to provide services to our customer base that ServiceNow are comfortable in allowing us to do the same for their customers. I'm very proud of that relationship. Global presence, it's very important. There are a lot of global organizations out there. They may have their headquarters based in a particular location, that's fine, but their user base is all over the place. That means that the demand can come from a number of different areas around the world. It also means that where necessary, we can provide follow-the-sun support. We ensure that we work very closely with all of our colleagues across these various locations to provide a consistent delivery model, a consistent experience that you would need. And it means that if you're a customer in good old sunny Bracknell, you'll receive the same level of service and quality and professionalism as someone that might be in an office sitting in looking at the graph on the screen. Canada, Australia, Vietnam, it doesn't matter. You know what to expect. The functionality that you will get from Fruition partners will be consistent. We also provide a level of access to areas that maybe customers aren't using today, but might be on their roadmap and strategic plans moving forward. May well be around some of these areas, such as the project portfolio suite. Security operations is a very hot topic at the moment. Integrations, collectively across the globe, the AMS team and of course their colleagues within the consultancy teams are all made available to our customers through these services that we provide to enable us to manage a number and deploy and enhance a number of integrations. As you can imagine, there are lots of solutions out there that would provide customers great benefit if they were integrated into the ServiceNow platform. And we've done a wide range of integrations, and therefore across the globe, hopefully, we've come across the majority of them that are out there. Done a lot of work in helping customers understand how to design, implement, support their web portals to provide a greater user experience to their user base. Again, making it much more simple to use, whichever one enjoys. We've also done some research. This is primarily based out of our American teams, where they've looked at how have our customers benefited from the use not only of ServiceNow, but more importantly, the use of the support team in helping them manage, maintain, enhance, drive forward the solution, the ServiceNow solution. So there's been a decrease we've seen in the number of admin and CI update tasks. We've managed to do that because we've worked with our customers to recognize that there's a number of these enhancements coming in. We can begin to talk about how we might work with the customers to be able to automate some of these tasks to reduce the level of requests that are coming into either their support desk or indeed ours. We've also, because we're enhancing the level of skills and resources to our customers' internal teams, we've been able to decrease the number of backlog requests. Now, when you've only got one or two individuals, perhaps, that are within your organization to help drive this solution forward, there's only so much they can do. when you add those two resources to the resources that Fruition can bring through the AMS team, we're able to deal with your backlog. We've seen an increase in user adoption of self-services. Again, we've made it simpler, more available to our customers' support teams and thus through to their end users. So we've made it easier for users to adopt some of the self-services that are in place. A massive increase in our customers being able to maintain their level of currency in terms of their ServiceNow releases. And what we found in the past that customers have delayed moving up to later releases, not just because they don't want to be first. That is obviously a very relevant point, but actually it's down to the fact that they're not quite sure what's involved, how to do it, have the resources, the timescales to be able to plan and run these things through. We can work with our customers to take that on board, take it off their hands, manage that upgrade process, manage the planning through third-party relationships that we have as a team. We can introduce testing concepts and so on and so forth to allow our customers to be far better placed at providing these services and making that upgrade process more agile for our customers. And what with the recent release of Istanbul, this is much more relevant currently. We've also seen a faster turnaround on enhancements and defect fixes. Obviously, we've got a lot of experience across the globe within the AMS team. They've got direct access into our delivery teams as well, and they'll call upon the right resources to be able to address the elements of enhancements or defects or requests that we might get to help our customers with. So obviously it does make a difference to our customers, and we'd be very happy for our customers to, if needed, to provide references to anybody that needs it. So coming towards the end, I just want to touch upon the fact, just to summarize, just to reiterate, our three main services: virtual admin, the ability to utilize a number of hours that you subscribe to on a monthly basis that allows you access to our AMS support team. VA Plus, again, that adds additional architecture oversight, requirements gathering, release management, service delivery management assistance for those customers that need additional assistance in working with their solution, all the way through to management as a service, where we can work with our customers to take full control of their solution and therefore allow customers' internal resources to be focused on more customer-based issues. Customers aren't out there running and delivering ServiceNow services. That's what we do best. Customers are out there delivering fantastic solutions to their customer base, and it allows their internal teams to focus their efforts in continuing to do that, drive their business forward. So hopefully I've touched upon the challenges that customers face, the support services that we believe can be customized if necessary or taken as is, to be able to assist our customers to achieve those, to deal with those challenges and achieve greater benefits out of the solution. You can see that we're a global organization. We've got a huge level of experience within the team, both locally here in the UK, but also globally. And that we work very closely together to provide that consistent approach for our customers. So what's next? Well, we'd love to be able to see how we can help you. You've attended the webinar today to hopefully understand how our support services can help you. So we'd like to be able to follow up and be able to see, how can we do that, schedule maybe some follow-up meetings to maybe take some of our services to a deeper dive, if you like, to give you more understanding of how it works. What's the intake? How do our teams structure? How do we provide that back to you as a business? Ultimately, we'd love to provide you a proposal of how we might be able to do that and agree upon a date where you can gain some benefits out of our team. So I thank you for your time. I hope you've gained some benefit out of your time spent on the webinar. If there are any questions, I'll hand it back to Tina to manage those questions, and happy to take any you like through the that you may have raised through the question topic. So thank you very much for your time so far. Any questions, Tina?
Great, thanks, Grant. Yeah, we've had a few questions come in, so we'll start with those. But again, as you've said, if anyone does have any more questions, please ask away. Otherwise, we will be reaching out to you guys afterwards with some additional help, so you can ask us then as well, by all means. So one of the questions we've got, Lucian is asking, you mentioned mass handling over the keys. Is there a hybrid approach?
Good question, Lucian. Thank you very much for that. Yes, as I mentioned through the original bit, there are customers that are quite happy to hand over the full keys for our solution, but equally, a hybrid approach is more and more adopted nowadays. It provides the customer with an element of how they can get involved in the management and enhancement of it, so they keep an element of control. We're totally comfortable with that. So yes, where applicable, we would look to work with the customers to decide what level of tasks and services that they want to maintain and keep, and therefore we'll take all those others. And the point being there is that we hope to work in partnership with our customers to deliver the level of service that they wish to have.
Great. And then we've got Paul asking, can you expand on how you differentiate your services from other ServiceNow partners?
Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, absolutely happy to do so. I think we've been delivering support services for our customers for just over 16 years or so. The last 8 or more focused around ServiceNow. So service management support has been given to our customers for quite some time. We ensure that all of our support team are, one, locally based, very important. I think when other partners, indeed we did it ourselves, when we first started delivering support, we would utilize the consultancy teams and say, oh, Fred's got some great skills in this. If a call comes in, we'll pass it to Fred. Well, guess what? Fred's in a consultancy team. He's delivering projects for other customers, and it's not right to interrupt Fred whilst he's delivering, being paid for by a customer to be able to do that. So quite early on, we recognized the need to have a dedicated support team, a dedicated environment for the support resources to work within, and we've done that. That's not to say that everyone does that, but we believe that is important. So all of the support resources globally are dedicated support resources. They work within our stringent procedures, training programs to enable them to be certified in what they deliver the support on. That's important for our customers. The customers are coming to us for quality support. It should be delivered in a quality way. We also work very hard to work on things outside of just the technical skills, but also the soft skills, to be able to ensure that we're listening to our customers, that we can share those experiences amongst the teams. There's a lot of interactions amongst the resources within the local teams, but also globally. I'm not so sure that's the same for everybody, but I think it's very important we can bring that level of experience and skills to our customer base.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Grant. Okay, so I think that brings us towards the end of the webinar. So I just want to thank everyone for their time for joining us today. Again, if you've got any questions, please reach out to us, and we'll just wrap up the webinar now. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.